What's a toxic opinion you have? This is mine. If a person isn't getting jealous over you, they don't like you enough. And that sounds bad, and people are gonna be like, oh my god, you're encouraging toxicity. No, that's not what I'm saying. There's levels to this. But if someone's hitting on me, you should feel a type of way. If I like you, I should get uncomfortable and mad and borderline violent because another girl is talking to you or looking at you or flirting with you. And if I don't, then that's how I know I don't like you. These are things I've noticed about girls who are really pretty. So if you relate to these, you're probably just like really pretty. People hate them for no reason. Like, they're just like, oh, she just thinks she's all that. She just acts like blah. No real reason. No real reason for hating them. They get excluded a lot, especially by people who are jealous of them. I've literally heard girls say things like, I don't want her to come. Like, she's too pretty. They don't get complimented that much or hit on as much as everyone thinks. Because everyone thinks, oh my god, she's probably getting compliments all the time. She doesn't need my compliment. Everyone's probably hitting on her. So, like, what's the point? And if everyone's thinking that, no one hits on them. No one compliments them.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you and your families are all doing well. So on today's episode, we are going to be reacting to a series of TikTok videos from this woman right here, who's going to kick it off by talking to us about how hookup culture is unfair towards women. Now, guys, before we jump in, as always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Don't forget to come and join us over on Locals. The link is in the description because you never really know what the hell's going on with Susan these days. And let's jump right into this first clip where she says that hookup culture is unfair towards women. So let's take a listen.
Because hookup culture benefits guys more than it will ever benefit girls. So some people are going to disagree with me, but let me explain. For starters, we've been knew that guys mainly just want sex. They rarely want commitment, but will do practically anything to get laid. Whereas girls, we're not super horn dogs. Some of us are, but not to that extreme. Y'all want to hook up like equally and with no commitment, whatever. Like, you do you, live your life. I'm not judging. The problem is that guys tend to lead girls on because they want to keep getting what they want, which is a hookup. And then girls are painted out to be clingy or obsessive or psycho because they catch feelings, but realistically it should be understandable to catch feelings when you're doing something so intimate instead of just being painted out as crazy. Now, what do girls even gain from it? Honestly, 5 minutes of faking it and not finishing 99% of the time, I really don't think I'm missing out.
Alright, so now that we've let this video play through, guys, we're going to break it down piece by piece. Now, there's probably a lot of you guys who are watching that thinking at every turn, everything that she said, was incorrect, and you'd be just about right there. The only thing that I agree with her on is that hookup culture doesn't really benefit women at all. You see, all this strong and empowered and getting with a whole bunch of dudes, you know, sounds fantastic on paper until these girls realize that they aren't getting wifed up, right? But let's take it and have a look at it piece by piece and just point out where exactly she's completely delusional.
Because hookup culture benefits guys more than it will ever benefit girls.
I agree, right? This whole womanist movement crap, y'all have made it so easy for the dudes who are attractive. That's the thing that these women don't understand is like, yeah, there are a small percentage of men who are looking at womanism going, this is fantastic, right? Because now I don't have to do anything. I don't have to put in effort anymore. I don't have to take you out on dates. I don't have to pay for things for you. I don't have to show you that I care. These women literally have become like, you guys know Uber Eats and like DoorDash and all that kind of crap and like all of these food delivery services, right? These women have essentially become this to dudes who are attractive. Anytime they're sitting here complaining about this crap, guys, it's like these women have been called over to dudes' houses from a dating app for 20-minute intervals, 30-minute intervals, right? It's really funny. So I agree with her. It doesn't really benefit women. But hey, you are strong and empowered. So good luck with that.
So some people are going to disagree with me, but let me explain. For starters, we've been knew that guys mainly just want sex. They rarely want commitment, but will do practically anything to get laid. Whereas girls...
Okay, first thing where you're just hugely incorrect. A lot of dudes actually would like to have a wife or a girlfriend or a long-term partner, somebody that they can commit to. The idea that dudes are just out here only looking for fun is really only perpetuated by women who have no idea what the hell they're talking about, okay? if you look at dating app statistics, gentlemen, like if you just look at statistics in general surrounding dating, women have so many more opportunities available to them than men. And I don't bring that up for a pity party, guys. To be honest, I couldn't care less. A lot of these girls are just bad news for dudes' lives, to be honest with you. But if you're going to sit here and complain and say that men aren't interested in commitment, you're just straight up incorrect. The dudes that you want aren't interested in committing to you is the accurate thing to say. Like, I don't care if these women make generalizations about dudes. I really don't care. Just make them at least correct, right?
Girls, we're not super horn dogs. Some of us are, but not to that extreme. Y'all want to hook up like equally and with no commitment, whatever. Like, you do you, live your life. I'm not judging. The problem is that guys tend to lead girls on because they want to keep getting what they want, which is...
No, okay. You get led on because you're clueless, right? Okay, it is very obvious to anyone with a set of eyeballs and some brain cells that the dude is not going to commit to you. Okay, this woman right here has probably been in situations where she's chasing a dude where all of her friends are sitting there telling her not to do it, but of course she's still doing it, right? So you can claim like, oh, plausible deniability and I didn't know and like whatever. But the fact of the matter is that anybody who has like a lick of sense about them is going to tell you that the man's not going to commit. You want to talk about not committing? Like, it's just laughable. It really is. Okay? Because literally your girlfriends will be sitting there telling you that the guy's not going to commit to you, and you'll just be like, oh, but no, maybe, or like New Year's is coming up, so maybe I can sucker some commitment out of him then. It's just really sad, to be honest.
It's a hookup. And then girls are painted out to be clingy or obsessive or psycho because they catch feelings, but realistic.
Yeah. If you guys have a mutual arrangement where it's just, you know, just friends and you guys are having some fun on the side, yeah, you become the clingy one, right? Enjoy it, okay? If you're getting into these situations where the deal is there up front that you're not getting the commitment, don't claim this plausible deniability crap to me because it's really obvious, okay? If you catch feelings and you start to cry about it, especially on TikTok, I have no sympathy for you. Absolutely none. And a lot of men are waking up and they're really not having sympathy for you either. And this is it, gentlemen. Like, the well is starting to dry up. Like, these girls, they'll always have like some simp at the end of the rainbow who's going to come and take care of them financially or whatever. But the guys who respect themselves, like, it's becoming harder and harder for these women to find men who respect themselves. Like, they can go out there and they can marry some dude when they're 35 and they've made these stupid decisions, but they're not going to respect that guy. So of course the girl is unhappy. Like, girls spend their entire life, guys, chasing a dream, right? And then they get to the end of it and then they get hit with a bit of reality and then they cry about it. Like, dudes have been hit with reality their entire damn lives, and girls will get like a small taste of it and then lose their minds.
Realistically, it should be understandable to catch feelings when you're doing something so intimate instead of just being painted out as crazy. You know what?
Yeah, right. But it is understandable. I agree with her here, right? We're not meant to go around and just do this, right? If you want to go out and you want to go from guy to guy to guy to guy, of course you're going to form attachments here and there, right? Arguably, you're going to be dead a lot of the time and, you know, be emotionally, like, your pair bonding ability is going to be fried. But of course, it's completely natural to catch feelings for the other person. Now, do I have sympathy for you? Absolutely not. Why? Because it's completely your own decision to make. You guys seen like Amber Heard crying, right? I'm sure you've all seen it. I don't really want to cover any of that stuff because honestly, just that woman is just a clown circus. But you guys notice how when Amber Heard is talking, it's like she's just feigning the emotions, right? So it's really hard to have sympathy for her. Even though some of these girls might be displaying genuine emotions, it's like, I don't care. I really do not care. You could be this woman could be sitting here. She could be genuinely crying, gentlemen, and it'd be like I just had headphones on and I'm listening to some music. Like, it's complete white noise at this point. And I think a lot of guys experience that when they see this enough times.
What do girls even gain from it? Honestly, 5 minutes of faking it and not finishing 99% of the time, I really don't think I'm missing out.
Yeah, so first of all, let's not kid ourselves here. You're still engaging in this behavior. So to imply that, you're not missing out and that you're not engaging in hookup culture, first of all, I don't buy it. Second of all, what do women get out of it? Well, of course, they get the fun as well, right? A lot of them don't want to admit it, but they get the fun there as well. They get to spend time with an attractive guy, and they get the chance to maybe, possibly be the one girl who gets his commitment. And that's what these women really want. They want to, I don't care if they sit there all damn day and they tell you that they want a dude who's available. You will always find them clambering for a small percentage of men. Always, guys. You put them in any environment, they'll go for the small percentage of men, right? Social media has, of course, made this a lot worse. But obviously, that's just some funny crap. Now, guys, let's jump into the second video here. This one's a bit of a longer one, so I'm going to be pausing it as we jump through. And this really speaks to this woman in particular chasing dudes who are out of her league. So let's take a listen.
Have you ever had a moment where you realized you were your own worst enemy? If you couldn't already tell, I'm definitely someone who is CEO of self-sabotage. Like, I love to ruin my own life just because it's fun and adds a little spice. And one time, I was gonna meet up with this guy, okay? And all my friends were like, oh my god, you're going on a date? That's so much fun, right? Like, first of all, you relax. And I was super in denial. Like, I was like, chill the fuck out. This is not a date. We're just hanging out. It's just a friendly thing. So something about this...
So let's just pause it here and talk for a second, okay? So this is coming from the woman who, she's above the hookup culture, as we saw in the last clip, right? And yet she's going out to meet up with some guy, okay? Now, gentlemen, like, whenever I hear stuff like this, the first thing that comes to my head is not childhood friend. Usually when these women are talking about going to meet up with some guy, like, let's not kid ourselves here. It obviously has some more intentions behind it than that. So interesting to see right off the bat how the girl saying that hookup culture is bad is seemingly right here engaging in hookup culture herself, but whatever.
This being a date icked me out to a different level. I was literally disgusted. I'm like, this is not a date. I don't care what anybody says. It's not a date. Into self-sabotage mode we go. So I purposely put on like an ugly outfit. It wasn't ugly, but it just wasn't like a date outfit. It was so casual, like literally I could wear this as pajamas. My hair was kind of dirty and gross, and I didn't even bother to style it because I was like, fuck this. It's not a date. We're just hanging out. I don't need to look that good. Then we meet up.
This woman is insane. Like, I'm just going to pause it right here and say that, guys. Like, this woman is just straight up insane. Like, who on earth thinks like this, right? Where you have to prove to other people that the dude that you're not meeting up with isn't a date. So you choose to wear clothes that aren't like, you choose to wear quote unquote ugly clothes. Like, do these people just not have anything better to do, man? Like, they are so concerned with how other people perceive them. It's actually wild. Like, this woman literally changes her outfits so that people don't perceive it as though it's a date. Like, what on earth are you talking about?
And y'all, when I tell you guys this man was beautiful, I mean, he's like a different level of beautiful. Like, reverse Catfish. Like, he looked better in real life than he looked in pictures. And at that point, I'm literally nauseous. I'm borderline vomiting because I'm like, what the fuck? Who is this beautiful, gorgeous Ken doll looking fucking deliciousness? And then I snap out of it and I'm like, oh, he looks like that, but I look like this. Never in my life did I regret a decision more. I run into the...
Yeah, so when you see that the dude is attractive, now all of a sudden you want to put your best foot forward. This is disgusting, all right? So, again, notice how at the first TikTok, okay, she's sitting there and she's painting men as though we're the superficial ones, okay? And we're only out here for the bedroom fun and all that kind of crap. This woman, let's call it for what it is. She goes to hang out with this dude for a hookup, right? And, now that she sees that the dude is attractive, now she wants to be perceived as attractive. Gee, I wonder why that is, okay? And yet dudes are the superficial one who are only out here for the bedroom fun and stuff like that, right? So we're supposed to buy this, okay, about how men are terrible, but you're a saint, which, by the way, you're going for a hookup right now. And, like, you see what I mean? When the dude is attractive, all of a sudden, all of the behavior changes, right? Like, if a girl is attracted to you, gentlemen, you're not going to hear all of this, like, oh, maybe tomorrow, or flaking, or the girl's rocking up with no makeup on. If a woman is attracted to you and she wants to get with you, she is going to be afraid of you perceiving her in any sort of negative light. That's why a lot of these women, when they go out with dudes that they're into, right, they dress up, they put on like all this makeup and crap like that. A lot of them will put on wigs, even like lashes, everything, man.
bathroom and I'm literally crying and throwing up and screaming and seizing and foaming at the mouth because of how disgusted I am at myself, because I'm like, oh my god, I can't look like this around him, he's too good. Immediately start.
Yeah, and you wouldn't feel this way if the dude was average, right? If the dude was average or unattractive, you wouldn't care. See, you rocked up to this date with the intention of looking quote unquote ugly because you didn't care. But now that you see that the dude is attractive, oh, all of a sudden now you're like throwing up because you're worried that you're going to miss out on your opportunity to get with this guy, right?
Start touching up my hair, touching up my face, but like nothing is gonna help the situation. I'm like, I fucked up. But yeah, lesson learned. Don't fucking look like a rat's ass because you're scared and in denial about being on a date. Have you?
Yeah, okay, so that's just disgusting, man. So her initial thoughts, right, were obviously that the dude wasn't that attractive or he was somewhat average, so she didn't want to lower her social status by being perceived like she's trying, right? How sad is that? Okay, so this woman didn't want to be perceived negatively by the people around her because of the dude that she was going and seeing. So in order to put them off the scent that she was going to hook up with this guy, she tries to dull herself down, only to find out that the dude's attractive and then turn around and change her mind. Is that not some of the most disgusting crap that you've ever heard, gentlemen? Like, I find that to be incredibly disgusting. But let's continue on to the next TikTok that we have lined up here, and I've got to press a different button. Alrighty, so let's take a look at this. This is the TikTok that we played at the intro of the video, I believe, so let's take a listen.
What's a toxic opinion you have? This is mine. If a person isn't getting jealous over you, they don't like you enough. And that sounds bad, and people are gonna be like, oh my god, you're encouraging toxicity. No. That's not what I'm saying. There's levels to this. But if someone's hitting on me, you should feel a type of way. If I like you, I should get...
No. Okay, the days when men are expected to get jealous, right? Like, you are girls like this, gentlemen. It's the sad truth of the matter that we all know, okay, is that they are for the streets. Why would you, as a man, get jealous and get protective of something when she's not yours, it's just your turn? You know, I haven't used that phrase in such a damn long time, guys, but it's so incredibly fitting here, where why would a man get jealous of you? Why would a man get protective of you when he knows that you're just for the community? I genuinely don't understand it. And if you're going to sit here and you're going to say that you don't engage in this culture and you know better now than to go out there and be promiscuous, right? Because now you want dudes to start taking you seriously. It's too little, it's too late. Right? It's just so incredibly sad. Like, when you watch this stuff, guys, I feel bad for the dude, right? I wish that the dude that comes along and chooses to wife up this woman, make her his girlfriend, I wish that that man had some self-respect, right? Because that's what this video is really telling me.
Get uncomfortable and mad and borderline violent because another girl is talking to you or looking at you or flirting with you. And if I don't, then that's why I know I don't like you.
Wait, so why would I want a girl who's going to try and get violent with other women if they look at me? Right? You want to talk about toxic? That's toxic. Where did this idea of like partners trying to get violent for each other come out of? That's just incredibly... I have no other word to say for it other than cringe, right? We've all seen videos of women who like start crap with other dudes in front of their boyfriends, so the boyfriends have to step in, and sometimes the boyfriends get in fights that are really not good for them and stuff like that. Like, why are we thinking that partners getting jealous to the point of, you know, getting into an altercation with other people is healthy in any way? That's incredibly silly, man. That is so silly. And you see, this is the kind of crap where, like, if you're expecting your love to consist of men being violent for you, you're on a very bad path, my friend. That's something else. Let's jump into this next one. Oh, great. Zodiac signs. This will be fantastic.
Zodiac sign women you should be afraid of because they can and will literally kill you. Scorpio. Is that even a question? Name one Scorpio girl that can't fight.
I don't know the star signs of anybody. I don't know how to tell. I think the only star sign that I know is mine, and I think I'm a Virgo, and I'm not even damn sure. Why? Because it's stupid, right? It absolutely is. So if you imagine she's sitting here, right? She's saying, name someone who's a Scorpio. Dude, I don't even know how to tell if someone's a Scorpio, and I don't care. I don't understand why this is such a big deal to women, man. It's so... videos like this are like proof that women will just use absolutely anything to disqualify people, right? So like, if you're a guy and you're like this zodiac sign, women are going to like sit around and have a little discussion about your zodiac sign, and wow, that's just something else.
You literally can't do it, okay? They're the ones that are getting held back so that they don't start throwing hands instantly. Cancer. Cancer, cancer, cancer. Where do you think all that built up anger, emotional aggression is going? To their fists. They will kill you. Geminis, like, you've probably only seen the nice, innocent, sweet little persona of them, but if you tick them off the wrong way or hurt one of their friends, be ready for them to go into full defense, full attack mode. They will ruin you. An honorable mention is Aries, because they have no impulse control and they're very hot-headed. Mix those together and you got a fighter.
You guys ever think it's weird how women will sit down and they'll complain about like generalizations like, oh, you're supposed to respect all women. You got to treat women this way, like blah, blah, blah. Don't make generalizations about people. Don't make generalizations at all. Right. All this kind of crap. But then they'll sit there and they'll generalize people off of the most baseless things like zodiac signs. So if you sit there, right, and you describe hypergamy, okay, you're a misogynist. But if a girl sits there and she says that a guy's an a-hole based on his star sign, we're all just supposed to sit there and say that that makes absolute sense. What a world we live in. What an absolute world we live in. But guys, let's jump into today's magazine article, because I think the headache-inducing content has to end right about there. So let's take a look at this first one that I pulled up here. And this is on men's looks and how much they actually matter to women, okay? So obviously one of the first TikToks that we looked at today was the woman saying how hookup culture doesn't benefit women, which I certainly agree with. But then she goes on and she throws up in the bathroom because she was perceived as unattractive, or at least potentially so, by a dude that she found attractive. So where exactly is the line here? Let's take a look at this. The magazine reads, men's looks matter more than women admit, study shows. Yeah, it's almost like they lie about it. Fantastic, right? So this was made in 2017. I would dare say that there's, in fact, there is more set in stone data on this, but I think Alexander Grace covered this from memory. So let's take a read. Even if a guy has a great personality, a woman looking for a date still hopes that he's at least a little cute, a new study suggests. Wow, they're putting it really lightly, aren't they? Researchers asked young women ages 15 to 29 to choose potential dates from a series of photographs and descriptions, while the women's mothers aged 37 to 61 were asked to select best possible boyfriends for their daughters using the same information. Oh, to select possible boyfriends, not the best possible boyfriends. Results showed that a man's looks influenced both groups of women more strongly than his personality profile. Wow, what a shocker. This held true even if a man's profile was filled with highly desirable personal qualities, such as being respectful, honest, and trustworthy. I always laugh when I hear these things, man. Not because I don't think that these are fantastic traits. Like, I think that these are good traits to have. Right, being someone with morals, being someone who's respectful and honest and trustworthy, but just you've got to be careful of where you place your like. All of these things have nuance to them, right? You can't just be going out here respecting absolutely everybody, right? And a lot of these people will take advantage of you if you take these qualities to the extreme. Okay, I have nothing against these qualities. It's just always funny to me when they're read out in a list like this, as if women give a crap about them. Like, at a certain point, it seriously does become more like white noise whenever a girl says she's looking for a dude with integrity. Like, to me, it's absolutely hilarious. Like, you're not looking for integrity. You're looking for a severance package from your Chad dating. Let's continue. Both daughters and mothers rated the attractive and moderately attractive men as more desirable dating partners than unattractive men, said the findings. Published online in March in the journal Evolutionary Psychological Science. The study suggests that women value physical attractiveness in a potential mate far more than they say that they do, said the study author Madeline Fugere, I don't know how to say that, a professor of social psychology at Eastern Connecticut State University in Willimantic. Right. Previous research on this subject has given conflicting results. Some studies have suggested that both parents and their adult children, especially daughters, may say that personality is more important than looks in a potential mate, with these individuals typically ranking physical attractiveness lower on the list than personality characteristics. Anytime a girl ranks personality characteristics high, she really is lying to you, especially if she puts them above physical attractiveness. Because we all know the level to which women will stoop to get with dudes who are attractive, even if they're complete a-holes. Dudes who are cheaters, dudes who are liars. Like, how many stories do you hear of just like messed up crap, okay, where a girl is with a man and the man like gambles Like, the guy gambles all of their money and she stays with him repeatedly after the dude continuously just gambles all of their money, or like spends it on some addiction or cheats on her and stuff like this, but the woman will continue to stay, right? But oh, it must be his personality. Yeah, I'm sure. However, in real life, that's not how people seem to make these romantic decisions. This person told Live Science, for example, data from speed dating research shows that a man's physical attractiveness has a strong impact on women's mate preferences. So this new study attempted to put the looks versus personality decision to the test in women. Minimum level of attractiveness. In the new study, researchers looked at 80 daughters and 61 mothers, and in one experiment, each woman was shown color photographs of 3 men. One of these was considered attractive, one was considered moderately attractive, and one was considered unattractive, as determined based on data from previous research. Each photograph came with one of 3 trait profiles, which included personality characteristics and attributes that prior studies had determined to be one of the 3 different levels of attractiveness to women looking for potential romantic partners. These were highly desirable, desirable, and the lowest rated category, which the researchers called moderately desirable. The profile of the highly desirable traits contained 3 qualities: respectful, trustworthy, and honest. These traits for desirable were friendly, dependable, and mature, while the moderately desirable traits described the man as having a pleasing disposition and being ambitious and intelligent. See, I would personally put ambitious above respectful in terms of what women find attractive, but interesting. After looking at the 3 photographs and personality profiles, the women were asked to rate how attractive they found each man, how favorable they thought his personal description was, and how desirable he was as a date. Or for the mothers, how desirable he was as a date for their daughters. The results showed that as long as the man was considered attractive or moderately attractive, both mothers and daughters would pick the guy who had the most desirable personality traits. But when an unattractive male was paired with the most highly desirable personality profile, neither daughters nor mothers rated him as favorably as a potential romantic partner compared with better-looking men with less desirable personalities. Isn't that interesting, right? So a dude who is unattractive, or at the lower rungs of being attractive, shall we say, even if he has a fantastic personality, a dude who's attractive with crappy personality will still overtake him insofar as romantic decisions. Wow, isn't that interesting? Both young women looking for men and mothers seeking boyfriends for their daughters considered a minimum level of attractiveness to be an important criterion in a potential mate, the researchers concluded. Looks do matter to women. The study suggests that if a man is considered at least moderately attractive, then his personality matters to women. If a man is viewed as less than moderately attractive, it doesn't seem to matter as much to women what his personality is like. But this individual also added that different people have different perceptions of what they consider to be moderately attractive. In addition, the findings demonstrated that a moderate level of attractiveness is a necessity to young women and to their mothers, and they are not willing to give that up in favor of personality. Wow, what an absolute surprise, right? Gentlemen, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. So as always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments below. Don't forget to come and join us over on Locals, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. So make sure you take care of yourselves, and I will catch you all later. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. Before you head out, there's just a few announcements that I'd like to make. The first is that my editor, who goes through all of the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together content for us to endure, has started his own YouTube channel. The link will be in the video description, so make sure that you go and show him some support by going and giving him a sub. Also, we are currently looking to expand fiendish content creation behind the scenes, so if you're interested in becoming a content creator alongside me, be sure to check out the application form at the very bottom of the video description. This is for those of you who are interested in becoming a part of the content that you see here on YouTube. So if you're interested in applying, make sure to get in quick. People who apply first will have priority for consideration. Again, the link is at the very bottom of the video description. Lastly, if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, there are links to both Patreon and Locals below the video, guys. I'd like to extend a huge thank you to the supporters on those 2 platforms. You guys allow me to make these episodes, and your support is greatly appreciated. As always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I will catch you later for real this time, guys. Peace.